Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.
Born as a kid who had a relationship. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast. As always, you can find me at Just for the Comedy on Instagram.
And I am the great Corey. That's the _great _COREE. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And you can find us both on the Midnight Paco Podcast. Stop making fun of me.
Hey, all right. As you can see, we got a special guest in the house today.
Boom!
We got Mr. Timbuktu in the house.
Timbuktu's in the house.
What's up?
Give them all your information, how they can follow you.
You can find me on Instagram at Timbuktu. That's TIMBUKTU_31. That's on Instagram. On Facebook, you can find me at Timothy Washington Jr. It's the easiest way to find me. But yeah.
This episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
That's right. Welcome to the podcast, baby.
Welcome, man.
Thank you.
And before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yes, please do. Hit the like. Share with your friends.
Yeah.
Give it to all the family members.
That's right. Do that.
So my first thing when we have people on, I always just ask, one, how old are you?
32.
32. And when did you get into comedy?
Last May.
So you're new buck to it as well.
New buck too, yes.
Okay. Now, what? This is one thing. Then, what made you decide to finally do it?
So I had I kind of always been funny, I guess. You know, people around me always said I was funny.
Okay.
And then when I was going on my weight loss journey, I would kind of like pull up posts every day and, you know, kind of make jokes about stuff. And people would actually ask me to do a YouTube page. Like, you know, your talks are great, you're funny and everything like that. And I was like, think about it. But then also, you know, people saying I was so funny, I was just like, oh, you know what, I'm going to just get on stage and see how that goes.
Okay.
My cousin D-Hawk, he does comedy.
Shout out to D-Hawk.
Yeah, shout out to D-Hawk.
Shout out. But yeah, he's been doing it for a little bit, and I was like, well, you know, it's kind of in the family. Fuck it, I'm gonna go do it too.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So, where was the first mic you hit up?
Technically the first mic I've ever hit was a singing open mic.
Okay.
But I didn't know it was only singing.
Dang.
So right.
They hate that.
Yeah. Well, they thought it was okay, I guess.
So they actually let you go up regardless.
Yeah, they let me go up.
Well, so what? That's like a show, a mixture of a show. They got music and then like
music
breaks
open
for
mic.
comedy.
Hate the comedy. Hate that.
But it was one of my friends. She was a part of it. She had posted it. I'm like,
yeah,
So it was a part of it, and I was really going to show support.
Okay.
One part of it, but then I also just went because I wanted to do the open mic. I actually went the Friday before. I thought it was supposed to be Friday, and it was on Saturday. So I went up there, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for open mic. Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow. Well, that's cool. My hair wasn't done, anything. So, like, it was cool. I was like, all right, I'm going to get my hair braided. I'm going to get something to wear, and I'm going to just go.
Okay.
So, because I was going on a whim the first time. I was just pulling up.
Okay.
And, you know, so I went. I still, like, they was singing forever. They was just like, he was like, you know what, fuck it. We're going to let him go on. It was cool. Drummer EJ, he was like, yeah, fuck it, Tim. I see you been sitting there, and I'm going to let you come up. So I went up there, and I did, like, 5 minutes.
Okay, all right.
And
The first time you did 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was roughly 5 minutes.
You beat my record.
You're right.
And honestly, I didn't know how it was received. It was almost like y'all seen Purple Rain, the movie Purple Rain, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you know at the end when he does Purple Rain and Prince like runs downstairs and he's just like running back and forth, like not knowing that everybody had received it very well.
Right.
And then he finally heard them cheering.
Yeah.
It was like that feeling, but I had left. And I didn't, so I didn't even know, I didn't even like interact with anybody. I
you left this whole
building? Just left the whole building. I just left the whole building because it was like so much nerve, and it was like I said, I was on there for so long. Like the people that had came to see me, like perform, had already left because they were
because they were waiting so long.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I had went up, did my couple minutes, left. And it wasn't until I watched the recording and my friend had recorded it for me. It wasn't until I had seen it recorded that I actually hear that I was getting gut busting laughs.
Okay.
Nice.
So
nice.
and that's when I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll try it again one day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, like I said, it was in May. I had went to Memphis with my family, but before I went, my godmother had a party at Sequoia.
Okay.
And they had a sign out there for Tickle Me Tuesdays.
Okay.
And I was like. So, I was asking, when can I come up and do it? And they said it was Tuesday. I was like, all right, well, I'll be back next Tuesday. Go out of town. On the way back, I did a clubhouse seminar for comedy.
Okay.
Just hearing it, and I did like
on the website, clubhouse?
Yeah, on the app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was on the app.
Yeah, it was on the app.
Okay.
And I did that. It was like, you get like 60 seconds, 90 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
But I think I was just really in there to listen, just to hear, just
people
trying to get.
Going over the stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And went up that Tuesday. Now, mentally, I bombed. But people was like, you doing okay? Like, usually in comedy, everybody's pretty, like,
supportive.
Supportive, yeah.
For the most part.
Unless you're good.
Unless you're funny. Right? That's a fact. No, but, they was really supportive. They was like, try talking to the mic a little bit more, because I was very, I guess you could say, soft spoken.
Okay, all right.
Which I still kind of.
That's understandable. Yeah, I've seen people. I'm like, they may be funny if they can talk into the mic a little bit.
Hear you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So once I went back that next week, I guess I killed, and I ended up getting asked to be a part of the competition in July by Janky Promoters. Shout out to Trees, shout out to Ashley.
There you go.
And I ended up winning the competition. So
that's nice, dope.
Yeah,
that's what's up. That's how it happens.
And you say you got to be down the Funny Stop?
I haven't been to the Funny Stop yet.
Yeah, because that's where I started.
Okay.
You started there too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where we started, and like you, the first time I ever went, I went there to watch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about it, and then the second time I actually went to go perform, I didn't call because I didn't know you were supposed to call.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just showed up, and they're like, "You performing?" I'm like, "I wanted to, but I didn't call." And they were like, so they finally put me on the list, and I went, "Oh yeah, I was nervous though." Yeah, it was a good time, man.
How long did you do for your first time?
I did 5 minutes. I prepared for it. You know what I mean? Because before I went up, man, I listened to podcasts probably for like a good year before I decided to actually do it. I'm 43, and we started a year ago, roughly.
You were about a year, and I'm not quite a year.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it for about a year, but the first time I went up was July 2019.
Okay.
This was the first time I went up, and then that was after I started a job working nights, listening to podcasts. I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know there was a process. You know what I mean? Because growing up, I'm not like 20 years old out of high school talking about, I'm going to go be a comedian.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, I got to go to get a job, go to school, get a job so I can fucking have, retire sometime. That was my fucking thing growing up. That was the structure there. So dreams weren't on the fucking, as far as that goes, they were in movies, those comedians. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Chris Rock, they were all in movies. So I was like, you can't do that shit. But then once I found out about going to open mics, I looked up. That was the only one that was at a club. And I always thought, like, if you're going to do it, start at a comedy club. which sounds fucking easy enough. But I knew the improv was out of the question as far as that goes, and hilarities. You know what I mean? I knew they were, because I looked and they didn't have open mics. And they actually had open mics. So I was like, fuck it, let me go down there.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I started doing that. I went once. It went okay. But from that first experience, I learned certain things not to do as well. You know what I mean? Every time you're on stage, you should probably learn something.
Right.
That's where I'm getting at, you know?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, but then after that, I could never go back as my job. You know what I mean? Because I was always working nights and shit like that. So my first time back after that was December 2020.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I've been doing it about, you know, as frequently as I can. Some people try and go up every night. No, I get up like twice a week.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean that's for me too. And my first time up was at the Funny Stop, and I did 2 minutes.
Oh.
Pete reminds everybody, you see Cool C? First time he went up, he did 2 minutes. He tell it don't matter if they're first starting comedians or if they're headlining, he tell them all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I thought it was 2 minutes of fire.
They was hitting.
2 minutes of straight fire.
That's what we all think it is.
Right.
I mean, you know, and
But that's kind of the thing. Like, if you don't believe in your jokes, like, what are you doing it for?
Oh, definitely. That's why I like when, because this is like, I'm hosting tonight. They probably won't see this, but as far as dates go, but I'm hosting tonight. It's the amateur competition, but it's like, is it really a competition? Because how are you going to compete against somebody? You have your material.
It's a competition? I'm going to have to show up for that. No.
I mean,
you should.
Yeah,
You
technically
should.
it is. But even when it becomes a competition, it's like, people get nervous. It's like, what are you nervous for? You have your material.
No,
It ain't gonna change.
Some people don't have the material. Some people think they can just get up there and freestyle.
But maybe some people can.
Some people can.
Maybe some people can. I mean, if I let down my walls and let a little humility in, I probably could. Because there's times I tell stories all goddamn time about my day that are fucking hilarious, that aren't fucking written down and thought out and shit like that. It's just from expression, you know what I mean? So, but when there's a crowd of people and you expect them, come on, man, it's hard to just free flow, unless you're fucking Chappelle or somebody like that. I heard Chris Rock bomb, fucking up there just talking and got nothing. You know what I mean? This was still when he was famous too, you know what I mean? So it's like, it happens when you think you can just go up there unprepared, but I mean, those are the best to do it, I guess.
For sure.
I wouldn't mind listening to them talk, just rambling and shit like that. Yeah. But see, they do it for hours. I don't know how people could go up on a stage for like 4 hours.
If you're comfortable just talking.
I guess.
I think you would be all right with that.
4 hours?
I think you just go up there and just kick it. Like when you get in your comfortable zone,
it's possible.
You'll be up there. You'll just be kicking it.
It's possible. I do have a lot of shit to talk about.
I think you can do that. I mean, I can do it and throw in some material here and there. Like for example, like I'm still new and I'm still developing things, and I used to hate doing the same jokes. I hated doing. But then now I'm looking at it as the same stuff, but I'm working on different things. Like, for example, I never made eye contact with people. I just used to be up there and I used to pace around. So next time I go up, I'm trying to be still. And I'm looking at people, I'm engaging with people, involving people. I'm doing different things. And I'm also, when I go to these open mics, I stay and watch the rest of the comedians. That's a little pet peeve of mine. Like when people especially if you new and you do your stuff and bounce, who the fuck you think you is? How you gonna learn anything that way?
Well, I guess if speaking from my experience before,
that first one,
I was,
that's different.
Yeah,
that's your
scared.
first time you scared. I did that with my guitar. Right. I got up there and did an open mic and ran up out of there. I did that before, so I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people that's newer comedians and they do they set and bounce. Like, what are you learning? You hitting other mics, you ain't really learning nothing that way. I don't think so. I mean, everybody does things differently, but if you doing it and then you leave and go to other mic or that's your idea, you're not learning nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I think the sticking around part, even like hearing other people's stuff is amazing, but I think the sticking around part is for the network. Like,
true.
I think you. I know for me anyway. I'm not like shy, but I stay in my box. Like, you know, I have no problem interacting with people, but like, I know how some people can be. So, you know, if I'm approachable, you want to approach me. You know, I always say, you know, how you doing from a distance and all other stuff. And then if you want to have a conversation, I'm open to it.
Right.
But I don't necessarily go to run in people's faces unless I just like, I gotta meet you, like you're amazing, like stuff like that.
I feel that.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's definitely different for some people because like watching other people do comedy definitely can teach you like some techniques and be like, oh, I might have to try something like that with my jokes. But then also it could get you away from what you have been practicing. So maybe people are like trying not to lose their vision. That's just my
and that's a good point because there's a lot of people that have been doing bad comedy for a long time.
Oh my
so
God.
like if you want to continue, like when things, if you're doing something and you've been in the game for 6 years and you just, you know, one of those people, well, I just want my comedy to speak for myself. All right, so how's that working for you? How is that working for you, your comedy speaking for yourself? How many times you getting booked? You getting booked? They calling you? Are they?
Hey.
You did shows in New York? You did some dry bar?
I feel like if you've been doing comedy for 6 years, you should have definitely done a different city.
Or you should be, not the open mic is different city, get booked.
Well, yeah, open mic, I guess that's just,
I mean, anybody can. I can go
Yeah,
to
we,
open mic.
yeah, we drive anywhere doing open mic.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's cool with networking too, but I'm just saying, like, you know, people got different approaches and things like that, but, you know, no slight to any of the musicians, that's dope. Because Cleveland got a lot of musicians, but some of them just choose to be here.
Yeah.
Versus going on tour with other people. You know, they can do a good living here.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard to be here to make it. You trying to perform every weekend.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Hey,
Some
that's
people
dope.
I hear if you make it in Cleveland, like if you can make it in Cleveland, you can make it in anywhere. That's what I hear from a lot of things.
Yeah,
music-wise, comedy-wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as, nowadays, you can do it anywhere from where you're at. You know what I mean? Because the biggest thing is develop and then go out and show your you know, what you've performed on. You know what I'm saying?
Cleveland was known for being one of those test grounds, you know, for these major acts. You know,
what, as far as coming here and putting on a show to see?
Oh yeah, to see how you react. Yeah, Cleveland is the world's Apollo.
Wow.
Is that what it is?
Ooh-wee.
I mean, look.
They'll let you know how they feel, huh? Either way.
Yeah, you know it. I was on one comedian's live. He was here with Kev and them. Kev on stage and I forget who they were with.
You talking about you talking about Kevin on stage? What's his name? Tony Baker,
and it was
Samir Moore, I think.
Tahir Moore. And he was on that tour, and he said, "What's up with y'all in Cleveland?" He said, "You know, you're paying to come to a comedy show with the mental expectations of you better make me laugh." Versus, that's what he said. And
that's true.
I said, well, bro, that's Cleveland for you. And I know I'm a Cleveland comic too. And that's the way we are, bro. I mean, I was at Rest in Power, Charlie Murphy. I was at the show when he got booed off stage.
Oh, wow.
He was here?
He came here and when he got booed off stage, it was here in Cleveland.
Wow.
Really?
It was Mike Epps, Charlie Murphy, and what's my girl's name? I think her name's Shantae or something like that.
Shantae.
Not Shantae. What's her name?
Some more?
No, she's very funny.
Some more's funny.
No. I was no. Some more is funny, but she was like I can't think of her name right now. But at the time, she was a heavyset woman, and very funny, and. I wanted for Charlie Murphy to finish because he said I already got paid. Wait a minute, let me see if I can do my Charlie Murphy. He was like, shit, you know, look, I already got paid, so you know, let me do my shit, or you know, that's what he said.
Well, I mean, but he wasn't funny.
Okay. So on the
I can't see him not being funny.
On the Chappelle show, he told stories.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Well,
It was storytelling.
Yeah,
So he's still the same way, I would imagine.
He was the same way.
Yeah.
Well, he passed, but I'm just saying, like on stage, he was doing the same thing, and
Yeah.
Cleveland wasn't having it. 'Cause we talking about, this is the city that threw bottles and shit at Tupac and Vales. Okay.
Jesus.
All right. I saw a video when Ludacris.
They did
shout
not
out to
boo. They didn't boo Luda.
They were throwing everything at that. They were throwing fantasy. Cleveland is rough.
Oh my God.
He was like, lick. Yo, back to 15. Shout out to Ludacris. I like Ludacris.
That's my dog,
I
man.
love Luda.
Yeah, but yeah.
Probably, he's a part of my top 5 rappers.
Okay,
I
I can
love
dig that. I respect that, but Cleveland is rough, man. Cleveland is rough when it comes to the performers.
Wow.
And so it's like everybody knows that Cleveland be like, I'm coming to the club, you better make me laugh. And if I do laugh, I'm going to be done in a minute. And I'm on something
That'll
else.
be done
Now
in a
I'm on
minute.
something else.
Yeah, make me laugh.
We
I
are.
paid for a comedy show. Ha ha ha. What else you got?
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's how we are, man. So and it's like I'm a student of the game, so I'm watching everything and everybody, and I do, I'm on the internet watching numbers too all the time.
Yeah.
Numbers guy?
Yeah, he's a numbers guy. He cares about that type of shit, man. I'm just trying to be out here doing the comedy and let it speak for itself. It's like you say, man.
But
But at the same time, I'm trying to promote it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying.
Let's let your comedy speak for itself.
Well, and
I definitely feel like you gotta if you gotta believe in your comedy, because every comedy is always gonna be subjective.
Right.
always
So-
subjective.
So even if other people aren't thinking it's funny, if you believe in it, people gonna see that you amused in it, and I think they're gonna laugh just off of that. Like, wow, he really think he's funny. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you also don't want that the pity.
no, you don't want the pity for sure.
You know,
You definitely gotta come with something that's gonna.
and that's kind of where I am with my material. Like he said, I even thinking about what to say tonight, I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to. Tonight I'm hosting because I do have material I do want to try, but I'm hosting, so I ain't gonna try no new shit right off rip. I am gonna do it next time we do.
I love hosting too.
This is it's my second time hosting. Roselle let me host that one time.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Roselle.
Shout out to
Shout out to Ro.
He let me host to get my feet
Closed
wet.
out that night. I closed.
Yeah,
out that
yeah,
night. No,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
because I was late though.
It don't matter.
I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah.
That was a good show you missed.
You're right. I came in actually on your set.
So it was good that we got the whole got a little bit of work in that, but it's gonna be different up here. I got my 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be like a remix because when I first started, I told him, what's the goal? An hour, right? I mean, that's the goal for a comedian. You want to do an hour special.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do it in 5-minute chunks about my life, and how I broke it up, which it works. You know what I mean? When you go up on stage, where you're getting your laughs and where there's some lulls, but it tells the story. So in my mind, I'm like, it's okay. But when you get these 5-minute spots
You
to
think you know where you're gonna get your laughs.
yeah, and that's another thing too. Different audiences, you
Yeah.
don't know when the. I've had like he said,
That's
I
true.
had younger people laughing at stuff,
Different
older
part.
people, different parts. So I had continuous laughter during one set, which worked out good, but
Yeah. That's dope.
sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? So,
That's true.
so I'm trying to come up with a 5-minute set that out of 15 that I have, try and remix what works. You know what I'm saying? Where I know I'm getting these laughs. But even then that doesn't work because if you're in a room full of fucking comedians, you know what I'm saying? That heard your shit.
Doing a room of comedians
It's
is like
rough.
the toughest thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's the reason why I don't like doing the same jokes either, really. Because it's like, I know y'all done heard my stuff, and it's like, do I really want you to hear about my titties again? Like I don't know. It gets old, but then I don't really write jokes.
Okay.
Like everything usually is like I'll write a punchline or I'll write an idea and then try to go somewhere with it.
Okay. All right.
So it's like you say, you don't know where you can get your laughs anyway. Mm-hmm. So you just say it in like the funniest manner that you could, or if you know, like if you set it up and then know it, like if I say this is gonna be funny.
Right.
So I don't know, like it's definitely tough, like as far as the development in front of other comedians. And then if you are getting the hate, like if you're funny, and they're just like, alright. Like you really don't know. Like it's like, damn, like am I really funny, or are they just like saying you alright? Like so it's
I mean we both have been in situations where we performed our material, the same material or different material, trying out things, and we got like crickets. But then it was actual audience there, and we did well. One of the performances of his that stuck out was at the front stage where the class of 1975.
That was the greatest. Yes, that's when I met you.
Right.
That's when I met y'all.
All right.
That was that night.
They wasn't having nobody.
No, I'll say they turned over when Chad got on.
Yeah. Also, he was there.
Okay, yeah, he was.
When Chad got on, he was like, "Look, I'm a comedian.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this. Y'all gonna take my jokes."
Yeah,
like
Chad was like, "I ain't the one," you know.
Right. But I was actually not nervous at all. Like I was willing to go up there. I was like, you know what, whatever.
Did you go up?
I did. I went up a little bit late. I did okay. Like they
were kind to you.
Yeah, they were good to me.
They were kind to me too.
Yeah.
They loved him.
Yeah, I think you were the only white guy.
So my wife was there too. She looked at me and she was getting nervous because everybody, right off rip, they were like, "Boo!"
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad.
I got my phone together because one comedian wanted to go in front of me. He was like, "Let me up, let me up." I said, "Okay, well, show us how to do it, big dog. Show us how it's done." Didn't work out so well for you.
Yeah, I was gonna embrace it. I was like, "Fuck it, we all going down now."
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna, because once again, when you're there, you have your material.
Yeah.
You can try and go up there and fucking placate and say what you think they're gonna laugh at, but you don't know.
No, you don't know.
I'm remembering it, and you did good. You did good. You had your braids.
Yeah. Yep.
You did good.
Yep. When I went that night, like I was gonna bring up and tell them like, I felt comfortable. It's like my grandma's house. Like, like I was gonna hit that angle. And by the time I went on, people were listening. They thought it was funny, but it wasn't a big as crowd as it was when it first started.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I'd have went on early.
Yeah.
Like I wish I'd have went on early.
Well,
to see how it would have worked.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you gotta feel that way. You know what I mean? Like they'll like me.
Yeah.
I got the material.
I've had a tougher crowd than them.
Okay.
Did you?
I did.
Where at?
This was it was a wine tasting event that I had hosted. And it wasn't that they thought I wasn't funny or anything, but they were giving like no energy. Like it was bad. And even the one girl in the crowd, like, cause I was like, come on y'all, cause it was other performances. I'm trying to get them geared up for other performances. I'm like, come on y'all, give them some more energy. She's like, we're high. What? I get it. I mean, I ain't trying to take you out your zone, but I mean,
The fuck you smoking? In the cupboard? Why you sleep? Why you smoke to sleep?
Look, just another point about Cleveland, man. It's my city. I love it, but they can be a little bit embarrassing sometimes.
A little bit.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, because I was at a motocross show.
A motocross show.
With the the dirt bikes, and they doing tricks. They was tricking it up. I mean, they was doing some shit like, wow, you can do that on a bike.
X Games.
Like that.
Yeah.
And and I thought it was embarrassing that they had to get off and said, "Hey, what's up, Cleveland?" Because there's some young kids. Like we need to hear your energy. Like we applause or something. We want to hear that. We like that. That was embarrassing as hell. And I'm like, I was cheering, but I'm one person. Like,
But they probably heard your lonely ass in the crowd.
I'm the only person, and nobody was. They
like, I love you, Juana, man.
Yeah, they was.
Even though you're a man.
I mean, it was like they was not participating. And another show that I went to that was embarrassing is the TSO, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Okay.
Everybody was rocking out in there. Like the guitars was rocking. Everybody was doing the most. And it was embarrassing that the main dudes was like this in the crowd, like, we can't fucking hear you. You ain't cheering because we was quiet.
Yeah.
Well,
we be in Cleveland.
That's why, because I definitely, like, on stage, like, I cannot hear, like, cheers at all. And once again, to the wine event, I still didn't realize like the effect I was getting until I seen some behind the scenes footage.
Mm-hmm.
The person who put it on, I ended up seeing. She had posted a video, and I seen. Shout out to Shauna and her and Roxy's potions. I forgot her exact name, but she had posted a video of some of the scenes, and she had put my my little portion up there, and you can even hear they're laughing quietly on the thingy. But I think it's because some people either like they either feel like they're ashamed to laugh, or maybe they don't want to miss something. I don't know. I can't really explain it.
Yeah, some people just don't want to express themselves, apparently. Well, we'll come back to that because I want to ask you, one thing. I'm going to say something about that. That was like when I was performing, and you said you seen the comedians sitting by you. They were doing this, but not expressing.
I got it on video.
Yeah. But going back to that, so do you?
I will hard smile sometimes, like just hard smile, because I know for sure when if I'm gut busting laughing, like I'm not hearing what you about to say, because it's funny as hell.
Yeah, but I mean, also you can't control that too. If you're gut busting, you're gut busting.
For sure.
But so do you record your sets at all?
I do. I try to record my sets. I'm bad at it. I will admit I'm bad at recording.
I mean, even audio. I record every set with my with my phone audio. On the audio. If he's there, he'll record video. If somebody's there, it's always best to have you, because to see your performance is one thing, but you can always fix it by hearing it.
Yeah, that's true. So that's true.
Always try to remember your phone got the recorder, so take it up with you. You know what I mean? Because that way, like you said, there's times I don't pay attention to hearing shit. I'm like, it wasn't that good, and then you hear back, and this has happened to me, and I know this is grasping for shit, but when you're in a room full of comedians. However, there was a time where there was a couple people that weren't comedians, and the laughter came from those people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you're on stage where those people are sitting.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you hear it back, you're like, okay, well, they got it.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers just don't either give love, like you said, or just don't or heard it fucking plenty of times. You know what I mean? And that's where it becomes an issue. But like you said, you got to work out that set.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because the better you are at saying it, the more comfortable you are, the better the performance can be.
That's
true.
Know what
I mean, and then also it's like I'm very hard to make laugh, and just
I'm watching them, dude. I just watching them. I'm over here because
you like it's cool to see laughing.
Not even about my shit. Because I'll just be sitting back. Because when I go to a show, I'll let you talk. But when I go to a show, man, I try to have fun. I give courtesy laughs. I give smiles because I'm trying to be in the moment.
I can't. But this is what and I'm saying this like because I don't laugh. That don't mean that I'm not digging you or liking your stuff. Right. Because I'm just. I think I'm looking at it different. Now that I'm in it, stuff that's funny is funny, but what I will do is I'll be attentive and I will be, watching your show, and sometimes I'm looking like, oh, okay, that was clever. I see where you're going with that. Oh, that was a good job what you did with that. That's how I'm thinking in my head, and that was good. If I came up to you, if I told you did good, I really meant that, but it may not have made me laugh, but we pretty much entertain ourselves, and we're not laughing at We are laughing at the community.
Oh, there's plenty of times I enjoy myself.
We laughing
one way or another. I'm having fun.
We're laughing at the community, but not exactly like maybe they're sad.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It was a comedian that used to go up there that used to like whip the cord. And that shit made me laugh. Like, he would do that through his whole set. Like, what did he do? He didn't even tell him doing his material. He just messing with the cord. That shit was hilarious to me.
But not only that, you notice that type of shit.
Yeah.
The more you sit back and watch people, you see their little quirks and things of that nature. And I know I got plenty of them probably, so I'm the last one to talk shit. People probably like, here we go, he's gonna do the howl again.
That's so funny.
Whatever, but you know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
And I always said that I wanted to, just go up there and just do your set.
I know.
And I was gonna totally fuck it up.
That's hilarious. That's dope though. That he can do his whole set.
It would be fucked up.
That
would be the fucked up version.
But the version he is funny as fuck. It's all messed up. You know what I'm saying? He just combines everything together and just talks.
Now I would say, that was one thing about the class of 75, or was it?
Mm-hmm.
I knew that they were at least listening.
Mm.
And I felt like if I can get you to listen, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm at least going to say something in there that you're going to say, oh, you stupid, and it's going to make you keep listening. So I think that was the reason why I wasn't so nervous to go up there, because I was like, at least I got their attention. And I guess because I haven't done comedy clubs yet, I'm used to people talking through the set.
Right.
So, so
damn.
having the fact,
that's good. Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So having that attention is a lot. It's everything, if anything.
Big.
So,
because that's what I even said. I'm like, yeah, they dug me for the people that were paying attention.
right.
I mean, everyone else
This
was
dude was
like,
out signing autographs, taking pictures and shit, literally, for real.
They loved you.
Yeah, they loved him.
Oh man, he was like, "Who was this guy? We need him."
Yeah, it was great. It was good. You know, I felt loved. That was, you know, it was, like I said, it's better than the alternative, man. Because I was expecting nothing good out of that.
Like,
you know.
like, shout out to Little Daddy. They was like,
Yeah, Little Daddy, that was his crowd.
It should have been.
it should have been, but he was like, shit, I don't remember none of this shit. You know,
All right, I'm smoking crack.
that's what he said. He was like, shit, I was smoking crack. I don't remember none of this shit. That's what he said.
So what are some of your comedic influences? Like,
Yeah.
Because you're what,
32.
32, so you're younger than, 10 years younger.
Yeah, but so I watched a lot of Comedy Jam,
Okay, yeah.
Comic View. I watched a lot of the Kings of Comedies. D.L. Hughley to me is hilarious.
Okay, yeah.
Dave Chappelle, of course, one of my favorites. Chris Rock, Eddie Griffin is definitely like one of my favorites, and then I watch Eddie Murphy Raw like at least like 10 times a year.
Right.
Like at one point, I haven't recently, but
I put it on airplane mode.
No, I did not.
I didn't.
Of course you didn't.
I took the internet and the Bluetooth off.
the airplane is definitely not working. But yeah, those were like the biggest ones. Dysfunctional Family by Eddie Griffin. I watched that a lot. Like that one.
What was the other one? Voodoo Child?
I don't.
Foolish. Yeah, Foolish was the movie.
I don't remember titles of things.
I don't remember the names of all of them except like Dysfunctional Family.
Okay.
But the other ones like Jamie Foxx, I think is like top tier talent.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's a quadruple threat.
Yeah, right.
I got a story about that dude. And about my wife met him when she was it was like right before he popped off, and she was that was before I was married to her, obviously. I think she was before she got married first time. She was bar or waitress down at that place right where the casino is. But there's must be a nice restaurant or something down there, whatever.
Downtown?
Yeah. You know,
was it Morton Steakhouse?
I don't know. Either way, she was working as a waitress, and he was like, "Hey, what's your name?" She, he tried to holler at her, whatever the case. She told me that shit, right? Me and my boy are watching. I think it may have been his second comedy special. And he's talking to one of his jokes. He said he's out and he met a girl. He's like, "What's your name?" Bernadette. And I'm like, this bitch. Oh yeah, that's all you was. Yeah, you didn't do shit, huh? You remembered your goddamn name. I'll tell you that. But
So your wife smashed Jamie?
No.
Oh.
Of course not. Well, she says she didn't do that. She was married, I think, at the time with her ex-husband.
Oh,
so.
okay.
No, but I was like, that's all
That's
you
so
fucking
funny.
did. You got your name in a motherfucking comedy special.
Hey,
That's so
you
funny.
like that sometimes. You know?
So,
That's
shout out
part
to
of the
Jimmy
song.
Foxx.
That's
Yeah.
on the song where he was like, "You on the phone with Bernadette."
Oh, really? Oh, shit, it's in the song, too! See, she made an impression back in the day. Damn.
But it's so he's talking about old school, like
Names.
It's not so much old school names, but it was like back in the day. It's like a throwback or a reminisce scene, I guess you could say. So he said the oldest name you could think, which happened to be a wife.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's like that one chick we met at the front stage, Barbara.
Barbara.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
it
you must be named after somebody.
Named after your grandma or some shit. They ain't naming people Barbara no more.
She was young?
Yeah. She was like 20-something years old.
Barbara's
I think.
young.
I don't know any young Barbaras.
Exactly. That's what I said. I said, oh, you named after your grandma, some shit.
You know what? Names
Barbara
do
Neek. Now.
names do have ages.
Yeah.
Names have ages.
I know no Ethels of this age. Of this.
No.
You know any Esthers?
No Esthers.
No.
I knew an Esther that was around my age.
Really?
Around
Was
my
she named
age.
after
Yeah.
someone?
I'm assuming so.
I think my great grandmother name was like Eunice.
I know Eunice.
I know Detective Eunice from First 48.
I was
On
like,
the first 48.
I was like, my great grandfather Joe would walked up to him like, hey, what's your name? She was like, Eunice. He was like, you nice. I'm like, I don't know how to say that name.
Yeah, I got a friend named Eunice. She just recently got married.
All right.
See, I didn't even know that name.
I worked with a Eunice. And
That's crazy, man.
my grandmother's name was Beulah.
Beulah.
At least it wasn't Bueller.
Beulah. Yeah. Well, I was trying to think of old names that I named my computers. Like my GPS.
You name them old names?
The oldest. It was actually the oldest black name I could think of.
So I named all my cars after Betty because I love Betty White.
There you go.
And like my favorite movie is Forrest Gump. So you know how he named all his boats Jenny.
Yeah.
I named all my cars Betty because that's how much I love Betty White.
Yeah, I remember when she passed and I told you to go to bed.
Yeah.
He was acting up.
You okay?
He was acting up on
Was he?
Yeah, he was acting up. I was like, Tim, go to bed.
Listen, man, Betty messed so much.
Yeah.
I just loved her
I
personality.
would say that's crazy. Of course, my sister loved Golden Girls. Boy.
Yeah, Golden Girls was shit.
Loved Golden Girls.
Betty White, I think I fell in love with Betty on the movie Proposal. The Proposal with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. She played a good role in that movie.
I always liked Betty, but it was like that movie was like, yeah, she's the one.
That's hilarious.
So, it's funny that day that she died. You would not imagine how many people actually reached out to me to make sure. They was reaching out to me before I even posted that.
Yeah.
They were reaching out to me like, I'm sorry. Like, are you okay?
That's
So
crazy.
it was like common knowledge that you was a big Betty White.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
Damn.
I was supposed to suck her toes before she left us.
Like, he loved Betty.
I love Betty. I would have done whatever Betty would have wanted me to do to her.
Wow, that's a weird fetish. You hear that, grandmas out there? Hey,
you gotta be of Betty.
Timbuktu will have you, Betty. No matter what.
It's funny. So, my ex-wife, she has said, she was like, I'm pretty sure there's more old people out there. She was like, you can get Oprah Winfrey. I was like, she's not old enough.
And she's not old enough. That is a weird. So you want them old?
No, it's just Betty. It was just Betty.
Just personal.
It was just Betty. I am into older women though.
It's not that old.
I like women. I like women. It don't matter as long as they ain't R. Kelly, his favorite people. But
kids.
Right.
Right. I feel you on that one, man. But so those were your influences. Did you have any? Well, Betty White was a comedian.
She was.
Any
She
female comedians that?
So some more. I think her name was Andale. Or her name is Andale. She got real big lips, and she said, "I'm such a fucking lady."
Adele.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. There's a couple others that I don't know their names. But there are a lot of female comedians, and then shout out to there's a lot of female comedians that I work with. Keith Silly.
Keith Silly. Shout out
Key.
Her recently.
Yeah, she's dope. Jen, I started at Tickle Me Tuesday. That was her room.
Okay.
She put me on my first show. At what was it at?
Shakur's?
No, it was on 93rd. Not
Skeets?
Not Skeets. It's a
Cheers.
Cheers. She put me on the first car to Cheers. So definitely big shout out to Jen. And then there's some other like comedians like Ebony Timberlake.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ebony.
Shout out Ebony.
We just had her on.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So shout out Ebony. And then there's some others that I've seen. I might not remember their names, but there's some others like female comedians. Females in general, I think are funny.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. They don't get the recognition per se as much as they should.
I'm just saying like the Cleveland comedy scene is blowing up in general, but shout out to people like Nancy and GW and
I forgot about GW. Yeah, I Holla. Precious, yep.
Who else? And
shit, Alexa. She out there doing her shit too.
Alexa is doing her thing.
Precious is actually in the comedy competition that I'm helping put together at Redline tomorrow.
Shout your shit out. What you doing?
The Lex Vegas show. Lex, I'll get y'all his information. But Lex is putting on a comedy competition. It's 8 comics over the 4 weeks.
Okay.
They going head to head, but they're not. It's not at each other. It's just their material,
Right.
and then they can then at 2 hours after the show airs, he's gonna put up a poll on Facebook, and if whoever thought they were the funniest, that's how they going off of who wins and who doesn't.
Okay.
So it's tomorrow, the first round of, I don't know how to say it, but the first 2 comedians of the first round are going tomorrow.
Okay. So every time they do, it's going to be just 2 comedians.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, it's bracket style.
Okay.
So matter of fact, Keith Silly's gonna be in it. She's against a guy named Big Wayne. Tomorrow is gonna be Tank with a C and Willie Santiago.
Okay.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out them. And it's Gene Miller versus Precious.
Oh, okay.
And then
Gene Miller and Precious.
Yeah, shout out to them. And then what was the last 2? I can't think of the last 2. Oh, Tyrone and Tsunami. Tsunami's another.
Okay,
Shout out to
Both of
Tyrone.
them,
Yeah, Tsunami with a little T. That's another female comic.
Yeah, we I think we met her the last show.
Yeah, I remember.
I think she was
We didn't meet Tsunami.
yeah, we did.
He met Tsunami.
Yeah, she was
He got stuck.
I
He got
forget what
stuck in that
show it
wave.
was. I don't know if she wasn't at Ebony's. Yeah, she was at Ebony's, I think.
I didn't see her.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's the 8 that's going on.
No, it wasn't. It was at I'm sorry. I think it was at one of those shows. She was on the flyer. I'll show you afterwards. Either way. But yeah.
But she's
the
dope.
name sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
She dope. She's been on Lex's show. So most of the comedians that was on there has been on the show. I think the only ones that haven't been on his show was Key. I don't think Gene was on his show.
So is this a live show or is it just on the internet?
It is a live show. It's live on the internet.
Live on the internet.
Yeah.
So the comedians will be performing wherever they at?
No, so they're coming in the station to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So.
The Red Line.
Yep, coming in
Gotcha.
the Red Line, which is on Detroit Auto Parts on Pearl Road.
Okay. Cleveland, Ohio, y'all.
Yeah, come out. But it's gonna be a nice show. I mean, the prize is $400. So it's a big, it's competition big for them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's like I said, it gives another opportunity too to get out there and get noticed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right.
That's like what you said, Trappy.
Trappy. Shout out to Trap, man.
Shout out
you
Trap Boy
be
Mannequin.
putting out those award shows,
Yeah.
and like
I want a Trappy.
right?
Yeah, I want. Where mine
Yeah,
at, Trap?
yeah.
I mean, what's happening, man? I mean, what's really good?
Be my hype man. No.
Right. So Trappy put on the comedy competition for the 11th. November 10th. Only reason I remember this date is because I end up winning that
Okay.
And then got fired the next day.
What? Wait.
Wait a minute, you won, but you got fired. Not from the competition, but you got fired.
From a job.
A job.
Yeah, so this is how I know I'm supposed to be doing comedy.
Right.
At least that's what I feel like right now.
But you're doing way more things than comedy, though. You like producing shows every day, pretty much.
Yeah, I am producing over at Red Line Radio. Producing, right now we got 7 shows that I'm producing just in my studio. At the other studio, which we just got, there's, I want to say 4 shows there right now.
Okay.
But
so how do people check out Red Line Radio?
You can go on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, which is Red Line Radio LLC. It's got a big, matter of fact, I'm gonna show you the hat.
Damn.
That's
got merch. Look at that.
That's the sign. You see that there? You know you got Red Line Radio, man.
I'll try and find everything, put the links in the description too, so all you gotta do is hit a click.
Cool.
Try and find it that way.
With his information and the Red Line Radio and stuff.
Yeah. Instagram, all that type shit. You know, whatever I can find. I don't got Facebook, so if you got a link.
You ain't got Facebook? What you doing?
Man. Look, like I told him.
You in Facebook jail?
Look, when first
join the metaverse.
When Facebook first came out, I got on Facebook, and this was like when I was first married, obviously, and all that type of shit. And I had all these friends from high school, like, hey, I was like,
delete.
No, yeah, I was like, and for what?
Did you get bullied in high school?
No, I had great friends. I was cool with everybody.
That's the problem.
But it was just one of those deals where it was like, I don't need that drama in my life. My wife talking this shit and that shit, blah, 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 blah. So I was like...
And that's the thing with me. That's one of the things that, you know, the women that I get involved don't really understand. Like, my relationships didn't end with like, F you or F you too. You know, we
right.
Still all cool and
I'm cool
like
with a lot
each
of
other.
people.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you know, you 46, you gotta expect that.
Yeah.
You don't think I was just sitting here like waiting for you, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for you. You can't think that. So
For
you
sure.
know, I got friends. If you hooking up with me now, you know I got. You know, it's gonna be probably females that come up to me after the show. They want to take pictures and stuff.
Talk your shit, but cool. See,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens, and you see how I act.
He said, "I'm a sexy motherfucker," and they gonna come talk to me.
I'm just saying that's what happens. Though.
I'm like, I'm married.
Right.
Married, he likes getting head. I'm the best wingman in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm approachable and stuff.
Head is definitely better than pussy. Any day, in my opinion.
A lot of young people think that and say that. They promote that in the songs, and I'm like,
No, I like vagina.
Vagina's amazing, but head, good head is a talent.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you must emphasize good.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be good.
Exactly.
Like if it's just bad, I just rather had a pussy.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah,
Because the worst, as Carlos Miller said, shout out to Carlos Miller, the baddest pussy get is good. So
say that one more time.
The worst, he says the worst pussy can be is good.
Yeah. He's right. It can't be bad. It can't be bad.
Even if you do all the work.
Yeah. That's most of the time.
No, but
That's most of the time. Let's keep it real. Most chicks is laying on the goddamn back or bend over on their knees.
yeah, but you know,
You get the energetic ones, they'll squat and spin and all that shit. But
it could be terrible and smell like perch and
Well,
big red.
yeah.
Well,
that's for sure.
And that's
But
terrible.
I'm not getting in that, so I won't know what it feels like.
could definitely.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No, because the friction causes badussy to happen.
Yeah, but it can, but wonder if you don't know until it happens.
That's what I'm saying.
You do have your warnings.
A little bit.
I feel like if I got enough of an inkling, I'm not.
You ain't caring no way. You like this, stroking
No,
it till you
no,
done.
bro.
I value my dick too much.
No, bro. I mean, look, this
Talk to your 20-year-old self back there.
look, this you may not know anything about this, but I'm gonna tell you what I did back in the day. I turned my pager off. It turned it back on because I smelled some stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, oh shit, I gotta go." It made it go up because you turn it off and turn it on and make it still beat. And I did that. I smelled some shit. I was like, and it went off, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I gotta." Shit, I gotta
They
go.
call 911. They paging me 911.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Well, see, I only had 2 ways when I was coming up. No, I was
Shit, I've had a condom.
We had chirps.
I've had a condom ready to smash, but the offer of head was on the table, so I threw that bitch over like I had no protection. I was like, hey, well, I guess that's how we gonna have to do it, man. Just some head. That was the first time, boy. It was great.
My mom told me if a woman's titty stank, her pussy stank.
Well, yeah.
I go by shoes and fingernails.
The shoes and fingernails. I ain't
Yeah,
think about
like if they got dirty fingernails, they ain't washed.
You got a point. I never really see. I be like, I what attracts me to a woman is the embodiment of a woman, like the women that like really like, you know, they in the mirror, like trying to fix themselves up, trying to always fix their hair. Like that's the woman that I'm attracted to.
I hear
So generally, if I don't, I think.
Is she dirty? You ain't gonna like it no way.
My theory was sort of the opposite. If you spending a whole bunch of time in your face, you ain't washing no booty.
Ugh. See, I don't know, man.
Because it's a difference between people that bathe and wash-ups. I call them wash-ups.
Wash ups.
You can look at them like, yeah, you wash up.
You ain't cleaning.
You definitely washing up. You know what I'm saying? You was a wash-up.
That's so funny.
It's a difference between people that bathe and wash up.
No, that's
Especially
true.
if you love the body like I do, you're everywhere.
That's true.
And you know the difference.
That's true.
Yeah, because if it's like, you know, and that's another reason why I don't like piercings. Because they can't be clean. Like the nipple piercing, you
Yeah,
can't.
they can take them out and clean
They
them.
can take them out, but what about that hole though? You could suck some grain out there.
Oh.
Some
Oh.
tart grain.
Some cheddar cheese.
Yeah, some tart, some broad dust out. You can suck the
I was-
broad dust
I
out.
was watching this morning.
See, I tend to avoid that.
Broad dust?
the piercings, just because they could get infected and shit like
They're
that.
not clean. That's why they were like, I got, or if they taking pictures and you
That
just
just
see the
ruined
piercing,
my whole fantasy.
I be like, right? I'm like, no thanks.
That just run.
Yeah.
I ain't messed with a chick with a pussy piercing yet, and that might have just killed it. I don't think I want.
I mean, I think that could be a little different, maybe. Do a whole, but you could definitely
That's so
get
funny.
some broad dust with grain in your mouth.
That's so funny,
It's
man.
tart,
Cheese.
But
and it's disgusting, and
Because the milk's seeping out and it's going
well, just sometimes,
my God.
even if it's not milk, stuff
they
do
lactate, regardless of something.
stuff do come out. But I'm just saying, it's
so I haven't dealt with nipple piercings, but like I've seen girls clean out their belly button piercing. So I've seen them clean it.
That's stinky.
Yeah, right. Smell like earring backs.
Well, those are the ones that care about their butts too and shit like
Yeah.
that. So hopefully, if somebody's clean, they're gonna keep everything clean. But you're gonna find ones that don't.
Yeah.
and that's another one with when you say they obviously ain't. If they spend all the time on their face, they ain't. Because first of all, the people that concentrate on their face, they normally don't like to get their hair wet. They ain't getting their hair wet, so how much washing is they doing up in the ear area? And you know,
I don't know. I think if they care about their appearance, they do.
that's
care
why I
about
like
their
natural
stink.
women,
I
man.
love natural women.
That's what I'm saying, because
I
they ain't.
love
For one, they're not
natural-
scared to get their hair wet.
Love
Plus, you can pull it and play with it and stuff.
I love natural women.
Yeah, but
It's
if you
crazy.
if you one of the chicks that's concerned about getting your hair wet, how good is you washing though? You a wash up.
You got a point there.
She a wash up.
Yeah.
You have
That
a
mean
point
that
there.
mean in your neck region tastes like broad dust.
Broad dust in the neck area sounds pretty bad.
Now you just scaring this young man.
No,
He gonna be fucking giving a girl a thing, just wipe around this
No, but
like
see,
this. See if there
white
be some
glove.
mark.
That's so
White
funny.
glove.
Like is you a
That's
wash up
so
or do you take
funny.
baths or shower?
That is hilarious.
It's filthy.
Well, see, you a dirty girl. But I mean, I guess for me, I'm also like, I guess I get close enough to know, like, all right, if I smell a little bit, like, I'm just like, all right, I ain't about to be on it. And it's like, for me, I don't know. Like I said, my mom has like scared that shit into my to my head. Like, if you smell something, her pussy stink. Like,
Right.
it don't matter what it is. Like, if you smell something, her pussy
Hey,
stink. And I'm just like,
Shout out to mom for giving that advice.
And that's
all
great
I'm
advice,
saying.
and more parents should do that.
Hey, man.
More parents should do that because when you coming up, and you may not have had no experience, all you had is the older dudes and the other dudes saying, "I smell pussy."
Yeah.
You smell like pussy. And you not having it, you don't know what it smells like.
that's so funny.
You don't know what it smells like. So when you first get around it, the first one you smell, you think that's how it smells.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
And
There's many different stenches.
You got
Yeah.
many different
There's
stitches.
definitely
In my
different
life,
smells.
I've smelled sulfur. I smelled shit.
That one about to die.
I smell perch.
Hurts.
Yes.
If I smell a chick through her clothes,
Dressing.
what?
Like
You
onion.
smell celery?
Yeah, onion is.
Vinegar in it?
Was it cornbread dressing?
Look. It's a lot of them out here right now.
Muffin top?
Look, and I'm gonna do a set about that tonight. That's my new material, but I'm just saying. Somebody out there smelling like dressing right now. Man.
That's so funny,
that's
man.
Smelling like dressing.
If I smell a woman through her clothes, it's like an instant turn off. And I don't care how bad that woman is. I seen a woman and I was just like, oh my God, you are funky. Never mind. I don't want it. Jesus.
That's like Eddie Murphy seeing the bumps on his shoes, man.
Yeah.
In Boomerang.
Yeah. I was at a hookah bar. The chick, our server looked like one of the Kardashians.
Oh wow.
We got a whiff of her. We called her ass
Which
Stinky
one,
Kardashian.
If you look like Chloe, you had the wrong one.
No, she looked like one of the
Chloe
Kardashians.
not bad.
Chloe
Chloe
she
might be
she
the
changed.
baddest one.
Now
She changed
no,
herself.
she is definitely.
But I'm
not
telling
the
you,
baddest.
she looked like.
Who do you think the baddest Kardashian is?
I don't even care about that.
I don't either, but I'm-
Courtney's the most natural.
I'm sure
out of all
I'm
of
sure the
them.
little
Natural.
sisters done overcame Kim.
Kim, I think is just too much.
Out
Like,
there.
yeah,
Like
it's
I
not
said.
so much like the out there part. Like, cause I don't care about a woman of the past. That just means she know how to fuck good. Like,
Maybe.
Or it could be
that is
like
still a
chick-
maybe.
it could be like
Because once again, I seen the porn. She wasn't squatting on no dick.
or it could be like throwing a pencil down the hallway. You never know.
That's so funny.
You never know.
Oh my
Ain't
God, I'm gonna
nobody
try that
know
when we
once
go out
again.
here. They have a nice little hallway.
Yeah, it look like The Shining out there.
Right.
It's Johnny.
Yeah, but you know, as far that server, she smelled very bad. And it was like must and
She working, man. Cut her a break.
So,
she about to
cut
go
her a break,
home
she working.
and she's about to go home and wash her
In
ass.
certain situations, I definitely totally understand why
No.
you know the hygiene won't be together.
no.
But in a serving environment,
Right.
You're supposed to.
you
be
got to
out
work
there.
for your
Yeah.
tips, and not only that, in a lot of cases, you have to reach over me.
Right.
So,
Right.
so if you smell, and don't get me wrong, people have bad days,
Yes.
You have
For
off
sure.
days, yeah.
Yes.
but
Sometimes your
All of it is
deodorant,
tough.
your deodorant can check out on you too.
like
Like I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Right.
on one side, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for
You
sure.
like,
I try my best.
yeah, you know, you can try your best.
Fade it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, for me with deodorant, because once again, my mom was like big on hygiene. She was like, "Bro, you a big dude. Last thing you gonna do is stink." And like I said, there are still some bad days. I still might not be the best, but like deodorant like lasts like a week, if that, because I'm using so much of it. I got so many rolls. I gotta check. I gotta get. I got titty maintenance to worry about, and stuff like that.
At least you're conscious of it.
Yeah,
Look,
absolutely.
my thing is, if I took the time out to make sure that this experience of being with you, talk about when I go on dates and stuff like that,
Right.
and I'm smelling extra good and clean, I think it's only right to do the same in return. And when it's not, I feel disrespected.
I could see you like, you just gonna disrespect me like that. She's like, what are you talking about? Why your breath smell like that?
Yeah, your
God
breath
damn it.
smell like that. And why do I smell dressing and you ain't cooked?
You knew I was coming over, right?
Yeah.
I had a situation like that.
You smell dressing?
I didn't smell dressing, but I went to a girl house, and this is my first time hanging out with her. So Like, I mean, you know, we had met up before, but this is the first time I'm coming to your house.
Right.
Like, so you know I'm coming over. You know what we about to do for real.
Right.
And you smell.
Oh.
That was the first time where my mom proved me right, or proved herself right.
Right.
I was like, damn, Mom. And like at this point, you know, I had to make sure the theory was true, right? So I smelled the must under the titty. I was just like, damn.
She's a wash up.
Yeah.
she hit those spots.
What's crazy is that she was a complete wash up. So, like I said, once I actually, you know, I was like, all right, I gotta see if my mom was right. So I stick my hand down there and I go, fuck.
Well, see, look, this is another one I used to do. That's the test.
Yeah.
You do that, and if it's terrible, wipe it across her nose. And
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, you don't want to smell it. What makes you think that I want to smell it?
That's so funny.
Up.
So I went after I did the test. I go to the bathroom, go to wash my hands, and it smelled like her hand soap. I was.
Whoa. So the stinky smell was her hand soap?
It was a mixture of the hand soap and her.
Vagina trying to wash up.
Look,
She was washing up with the hand soap.
You know, you said complete wash up in the beginning.
Look, check this out. Look, these parties are going to remain anonymous to protect the innocent. Okay.
That's how you know it's about to be fucked up.
Look, check this out. Excuse me. Shout out to you because you know who you are. My man was cheating on his wife.
Mm.
And he said the girl that he cheated with, stuff stank so bad.
Oh.
It was on him for a week. Now he called a meeting.
He called a meeting?
Well, you know.
Hopefully it wasn't in her bedroom.
No. Like you know how you conference your close friends and be like, look, man, I don't know what to do.
He had to get some tomato juice and
That's what I said. I said get some tomato juice, bro. And you gotta soak it.
What's your fucking scarf?
I said you gotta go in. Man, he was like, man, I don't know what to do, man. He was like, I can't be intimate with my wife because it smelled like. I was like, man, you gotta get you some tomato juice. If that don't work, try oatmeal.
Oh my God! It's funny when you say skunk. If you run across a girl that stink and she a squirter, she's definitely a skunk.
First of all, look. First of all, let me just tell y'all this: all y'all squirting, y'all pissing. That's piss. That's all it is. It's piss.
I don't think it's all piss.
It's piss.
I personally don't think it's piss.
It's piss.
You don't want it to be piss at all. It's not piss when it goes in your mouth.
Oh my God!
It's piss. It's piss. Prove me wrong. It's piss.
I seen a girl go pee first and then squirt.
It's piss. It's piss.
You know you can't pee. You can't have sex and pee.
You can.
No, you can't.
There's probably some jokes coming in.
Should I hit the line and click?
No.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. Sorry, we're getting calls in the office.
Yeah, it's probably someone trying to send some more gifts or something like that.
Right. They trying to censor us. But
let's talk during this conversation so they don't hear it on that tape. Right? That's
there.
not good. They hung up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it is physically impossible to piss and have sex.
No.
I found this out in health class, and I was
found
listening.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just tell you something.
But try it.
Let me just tell you.
They went over squirting in health class?
Yeah.
That's dope. Progressive.
Well, let me just tell you this.
Kind of
You
shit.
said for females or for males?
Both.
Well, let me just tell you this, and I'm gonna just kill that one time. I'm gonna just kill it. How many times you had to, first thing in the morning with morning glory, and then you had to
pee?
Yeah.
So if you have to pee
with morning glory,
and that's you being aroused doesn't stop you from pissing.
Exactly. So why can't you have sex and do it?
If you are being stimulated, you cannot piss.
I disagree.
Try it. All right, I want you to wake up in the morning, having to piss, and just start stroking your shit and watch your piss go down.
Oh, I tell you what, I've been there stroking it by myself, on a coke bender and had to pee because it took so goddamn long.
But I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying.
But at that point, you probably wasn't stimulated anymore.
Oh, I was stimulated. But I was like, fuck, I gotta pee, man.
But
as
soon as you nut, yeah, you gotta piss. Like,
oh no, yeah, no. That
I mean, I understand that theory, but if you,
there's been times during sex I had to stop to go pee.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's when you drink a lot.
you drink and do other things. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yep, that's I have to agree with him on that one. I don't know. I think you can still piss.
I mean, I think you can too because I planned it and
He planned
You wanted to piss inside?
I did. It was like
I did.
You know what? Because it was like
You're a squirter.
no. It's piss. It's piss.
Oh my God.
No, I planned it because this is one thing that I discovered that a person can act like they can't stand your guts and give you a real hard time, but they will sleep with you. I've discovered that. So my plan was, I never did this, but my plan was, I'm going to seduce you and piss in you.
I'm gonna piss in you.
I'm going.
Trip.
All that hard time and shit you gave me, I'm going to seduce you and piss in you.
That is a
That's
filthy
hilarious.
ass thought to have, man.
Tell me how it goes.
How did it go down?
I never did that.
That's so funny.
Good.
I never did it.
That's good.
I never did it.
Proud of you.
But
Oh,
that is
I
true.
would have.
That is true. I mean, I'm not.
If it wasn't for the making kids.
I drank all kinds of Kool-Aid. You piss all over.
I mean, if you want to do it, the best thing to do is to drink plenty of beer first.
Yes, beer, dude. Beer is the worst.
Drinking a lot of
to
beer,
drink.
A lot of
definitely.
beer make you pee.
This episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
That's right.
Well, you know what? It's been real.
Yes.
We had a good time.
Great time.
I'm glad you came, man. You had a
Oh,
great
yeah.
time,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for
You want
having
to
me.
shout your stuff out?
Yeah, you can find me on Redline Radio on Tuesdays, Timbuktu Tuesday. Also, like you said earlier, I produce all the shows on Redline Radio at Studio One, so you might hear me on every station. I mean, on every show that comes up. But also get me on Facebook, Timothy Washington Jr. And Timbuktu, which is my name. Tim, that's my first name. My last name is Washington. I want every dollar. So that's what the buck is. And two because I'm a junior. And that's _31 on Instagram. Timbuktu_31 on Instagram. I will post any shows that I have. Black History Month is coming up, and I do something every day for Black History Month. It's usually, some type of Black History fact. And I try to bring comedy with it. So, just check me out, have some fun, and come out and see some shows, man.
That's dope. As always, people, you can find me at Just for the Comedy on Instagram.
And I am the _great_core view. That's how you get me on Instagram. Or you can find me or us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
And check out the website, Just for the Comedy.
And mine is under construction.
That's right. We're going to get that coming out. All right, people. See you next time.
Yeah.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. 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 Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.